Jordan Clarkson and the Utah Jazz welcome in Joel Embiid and the Philadelphia 76ers. Well, Saturday night hoops got really competitive really quickly between these two teams. How about James Harden finding Joel for three? And at the half, it's the Sixers by 10. No need to waste your time. Y'all know you're on your grind. We go right to the second half where Jordan Clarkson and Taylor Horton-Tucker put in some work. Jazz closing in on the Sixers. Clarkson, another floater. He's been so good. His first year starting in Utah following the Donovan Mitchell and Rudy Gobert trades. Harden's been good his entire career, the bearded one. Had an 18-point fourth quarter. He was lining them up, and give him credit, he was knocking them down. Harden, oh, this looking like Houston James Harden. That's nasty. Sixers back up by 5. Trying to put Utah away in Salt Lake City. That's never easy, especially with Clarkson doing stuff like that. 3 of his 38 points. Jazz down by 5. Look around. It's Clarkson at the top of the key, which means Clarkson is open and about to knock down a 3. 2-point game, 2:30 to go. Easy pass from Harden. He had 11 assists over to Shake Melton, who's talking his noise as he goes back down court after a big-time bucket. Oh, reliable. How about Mike Conley responding with a 3 of his own? Utah loving what they see. It's a 1-point game down the stretch. Look at this tip in by Walker Kessler. Looks like the Jazz have found them a new big of the future. He had a double-double in this one. And then there's Clarkson again. 1-point game. Who you going to call on? Harden had the high hand in the fourth, but the Sixers go to their superstar, and it's Embiid delivering with the go-ahead bucket. He had 30. Jazz been in a lot of tight games this year. They need a bucket. Down 1 with 6 seconds to go. Clarkson shoots it over the goal, and it's Philly holding on by the thinnest of hairs to beat the Jazz 118 to 117. Nikola Jokic and the Denver Nuggets got company in town. It's none other than the Orlando Magic, which gives Jokic an opportunity to get busy, as Jokic often does. Leaking out for the fast break at deuce by your reigning 2-time MVP. How about Jamal Murray going and getting him a deuce? 18-7 for Murray. Speaking of going and getting him a deuce, how about the play of former Denver Nugget Bol with the steal and the throwdown? This time around, though, Bol's going to turn it over. Jokic and Aaron Gordon are going to take advantage of that. The AG throwdown. And then Jokic, another dime. This time to Michael Porter Jr. for 3 at the half. Denver led it by 15. Third quarter, Magic fight back. Markelle Fultz been playing some really good ball. Speaking of former number 1 overall picks, Ben Carroll's been playing great ball out the gate. He had 18 points. Bol going right past Jokic, and there are no tricks about this. It's Bol on the Joker. Magic up by a deuce with 4 minutes to go in this basketball game. How about Murray willing that 3-pointer in with the shot clock winding down? It's Denver up a point. Magic on the other end respond with a 3-pointer of their own. It's Franz Wagner, 3 of his 19 points. Orlando's up 3, under a minute to go. Jokic still giving out dimes. Another one inside to Gordon. Denver trailed by 1 at that point. They tie the game up in the closing seconds. Last chance for Denver. It's Jokic with the game-winning step-back 3-pointer. Oh, no, you didn't, big fella. Yes, he did. Your reigning 2-time MVP wins it for Denver pretty much at the buzzer. 0.2 left. 17 points, 10 rebounds, 14 assists. Jokic's 12th triple-double of the season, his 88th of his career. The Nuggets pretty much walk it off at home behind their MVP by 3. So you get game winners from both Jokic and Embiid same week. That's just greatness from probably the two game's best centers if you want to consider Giannis a power forward. That's just great basketball by two guys that are well on their ways to being first ballot Hall of Famers. You know, I feel bad for all of my Philadelphia fans, my Joel Embiid fans out there. We talked about this a lot over the last few days, and we'll continue to talk about it as the NBA MVP race picks up. Joel Embiid don't got a shot at winning his MVP award as long as Nikola Jokic is there for a few different reasons. Number one, Nikola Jokic never gets hurt. Number two, Nikola Jokic has mastered the art of somehow, some way getting either a high points production alongside a good amount of rebounds, a good amount of assists, or if he scores like 18, 20 points, I guarantee you he's going to go over double-digit assists and probably double-digit rebounds as well. He has mastered the art of great stat lines in the NBA. Not to mention Denver is now playing really great ball right now. If Embiid didn't win it over the last couple years with some of the things that Philadelphia had going on, the Ben Simmons saga, he ain't winning it this year. One thing that Joel Embiid is fighting right now is not having the greatest story. I don't think Joel Embiid will ever win an MVP award in Philadelphia. I don't. Now, we'll see if James Harden were to leave Philly after this year. He can opt out and go elsewhere. And then Doc Rivers got fired because if they lose Harden, they probably lost Doc too. That probably meant things went wrong for Philly in the playoffs again. I mean, maybe in a scenario like that, if Embiid was back to a solo show like he was a year or so ago, but I doubt it. I just don't think the Joel Embiid story in regards to an MVP is enough for him to have that narrative. Jokic has that narrative. He's a great player. Embiid is too, but Jokic's numbers pretty much never miss. And right now he's got his Nuggets balling, and his number twos are not as good as James Harden right now. And even if Jamal Murray is anywhere in the vicinity of James Harden, if he gets back to that level of play, the reality is Harden's stats look better, and he's more popular. So you're to these MVP voters, a lot of these voters don't watch a lot of the games. I guarantee you 95% of the NBA MVP voters, journalists, they don't watch half of the amount of games that I watch, right? So just put that in perspective. I obviously don't have an MVP vote yet. I will get one day if I desire. But think about what I'm saying. These guys, if at best case scenario, watch a game or so a night and they look at the box scores for other games and they see, okay, Joel Embiid had 35 points, 10 rebounds. What did James Harden have? Oh, okay, he had a great game as well, 28 points, 10 assists. Okay, great. What did Nikola Jokic have? Another triple-double. He's almost averaging a triple-double. Okay, what did his number two have? You look around and you see like Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, second leader scorer with 16 points. And if you don't watch the game, you're going to automatically think Nikola Jokic dominated this game. It's all about him. Jamal Murray, 15 points. Aaron Gordon, 18 points. Like good numbers, but nothing that like jumps off of your screen. And then you go see James Harden, who oftentimes will go triple-double. He had like 20 assists a couple weeks ago. These are all things that will play against Joel Embiid and his chase of the MVP. It's frustrating. Look, I personally believe Joel Embiid is a better basketball player than Nikola Jokic. But for all my Jokic fans out there that have been tagging my comment section over the last couple weeks, I'll give y'all this. Your guy goes out and proves it more. Your guy never misses. Even though I believe Joel Embiid is a more complete basketball player than Jokic, at the end of the day, his stats never miss. Jokic never has big injuries, never misses a significant amount of time. Got to get that man his just due. He is right there in the realm of things for the unprecedented back-to-back-to-back NBA regular season MVPs.